and welcome back to more Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth. One last episode, we continued our investigations in which we pretty much learned everything that there seems to be that you can learn about this case. So it seems strange that we're not in the end stages, right? Like, you'd think we'd be approaching the end game. We're not, apparently. We're still in middle part 3, but it feels like we're approaching a climax of some sort, so let's just get this started. Agent Lang.
Lang Z says, little cubs, never do they know the real fury of the elder wolves.
These quotes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean?
It means you'll never really know how angry I can get. Mr. Prosecutor, the counterfeit bills made with Ablaze Inc., they were all of Zhang Fei denominations.
Yes, so I heard from Miss Von Karma.
But we don't know where the play money is gone.
They must not have figured out that it was all burned yet.
Ever since those things showed up in my circulation, my country's economy's taken a big hit. Zhang Fei's in financial chaos as we speak. Because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money, the citizens are also worried. I'd stake the honor of the House of Lang on this, and I've come to this land to capture the mastermind behind this whole mess. I investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Zhang Fei, and I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first, and now I'm cold to return home without a single answer.
Agent Lang,
Don't start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Ambassador Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight.
Oh, no, it is I who should apologize. It was all because I was not strong enough. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Crickus, you fool! Curse your empty brain!
You're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight. End of story. Shih-na, let's go. Time to return to our den.
Yes, no, not quite yet. We're not done with you yet.
I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do, so we have to go home as well.
Agent Lang, a moment if you...
You! Open a security lady! Hold it! Objection, pal!
Detective Gumshoe, have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already?
Yep, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Cochin, sir.
Just as I thought. Good work, Detective. The Master Second's note data updated my organizer.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how long do you intend to hold us up for?
Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent Shih-na, I would like to ask you something if you don't mind.
Yes.
How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu when you were in the neighboring room to where Mr. Cochin was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us.
What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, what are you doing asking her about something she didn't see?
Agent Lang hasn't touched the Marble investigation at all, so I suppose I would need to explain a few things to him first.
Miles Edgeworth, I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours.
The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth.
Oh, so you have some sort of plan. Very well, I'll supervise you until the end.
Is she seriously going to treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day? Yes, she is.
You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy guess, are you?
I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you'll see.
I should have known that you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end.
It would appear that way.
Well, I'll prove her innocence, so let's see what you got, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
With pleasure. For my opening argument, I'll discuss that Yatagarasu that appeared in Babel, and establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Agent 9, I assume that you've been briefed on Kay's testimony.
You mean the suspicious person in the code that you saw?
That's right, that person is one of the keys to solving this case. The person you pretended to be, the Yatagarasu.
Pretended? And what do you mean by that?
I'll get to that in a second, but first I want to review what this person Kay saw did. Kay, if you could please explain what the person you were chasing did for us.
Okay, you got it! I first spotted the suspicious person near the open-air stage on the Babylese side. I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I thought it was rather...
Well, okay. For the sake of argument, let's just call the suspicious person the Yatagarasu. Now, please tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagarasu up to the 3rd floor.
Can do! I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Babylese embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Kojin's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... Ah!
Who's there?
By the time I turned on the lights, the Yatagarasu had disappeared!
When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang?
What do you mean, what do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? The person slipped out through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness.
Sorry, but I know for a fact that person did not escape through that door.
Oh? And how do you know that with such certainty?
That's easy. If the Yatagarasu were left at that door, they would have run into this person.
Your answer is Shih-na?
Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagarasu had used the door. When the case screamed upon discovering Mr. Kojin's body, the Yatagarasu would have run right into Agent Shih-na, who was in the next room over. Agent Shih-na, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question?
No, I didn't see anyone.
You see?
It just means that the creep slipped out before Shih-na made it out into the hallway.
I doubt that, as there was another person in the hallway, a certain detective, Detective Gumshoe. Where were you exactly at that time?
Me, sir? Well, when I heard Kay scream, I ran towards Mr. Kojin's office from the opposite direction of Agent Shih-na, sir!
So Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route.
Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth! You nailed them with just an explanation of what happened!
Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room, but this is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well of yet another possible escape route the Yatagarasu could have taken.
I get it. So that's what you were trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out.
Precisely.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! It's time to bust out with our revolving fireplace wall explanation, right?
No, not quite yet.
Huh? But why? I thought this would be the perfect time!
The revolving wall on the Babylese side is known only to 4 people, and if we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end.
What's with all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics?
Nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off.
That smug, haughty attitude of yours really rubbed me the wrong way with that, you know? Well, no matter. I figured you out already anyway. The only other possible escape route besides the door is through
What, you think they jumped out the window? Or are you gonna insinuate that we have photographic proof that someone flew? I hope you're not gonna go to that extent.
It's an eerie picture of
Oh god, you're going there.
Are you saying this photo captures the moment yet?
No. I guess I have to admit that at first I thought it would be a possible escape route as well. However, I don't know that to be impossible.
I realize you might not notice, but humans can't fly.
I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but
Humans can't fly. I know that's kind of shocking, but still.
Of course I know that. That's bloody common sense. Besides, I said I thought that photo to be of the Yatagarasu's escape route.
Suppose not. Alright, then explain yourself.
The shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu that Kay was chasing after.
You can say whatever you like in whatever language you want, but there's only one language I really understand, the language of evidence.
Very well then. I'll present to you proof that the person Kay saw is not the same one as... Yeah, the photo itself is my evidence. Because this photo was taken after the first fight, not the second one, you dingus. Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu that Kay saw. Kay spotted the Yatagarasu headed for the 3rd floor during the second fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the first fire.
Yeah! Way to go! That's twice you bit him in the butt now!
We're not done yet. You still have to explain what that shadow is, and how the Yatagarasu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you?
Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't understand what it means quite yet.
As I thought.
However, the Yatagarasu's escape route? Now that I can answer.
You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on. Enlighten me.
Even if I explain it, you'll try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You were busy heading up the overarching investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you'd have much knowledge about the Babylese side of the case. So wouldn't it be best if the lead on that side, Agent Shih-na, explained in my stead?
Shih-na's my subordinate. If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eyes and call myself her boss?
Lang, it's alright. I can take care of him.
Shih-na.
You've shown me a lot as my boss, but it's time for me to prove my worth.
Alright. If you're okay with it, you have my support.
Finally, it's time to just Agent Shih-na and myself. This is where the battle really begins.
Now then, what is it you'd like to ask?
Let's see. Why don't we start with your movements into the Babyliss embassy? Okay, I wanted to say just there, okay, time for the final battle to commence, but it's not, apparently. Apparently we still have an entire end level to go through. Maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 levels, end levels to go through. Hey, maybe there's more middle sections, who knows? But this feels like it should be the final showdown, right? No?
During the first Babyliss fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babel. While I was searching, I heard a scream come from me from the next room over. Although I was in the next room, I was the only capture.
That's just impossible. That's physically just physically freaking impossible. If you were in that room, you would have seen it. You would have seen the Yatagarasu.
But I'm not lying when I saw a suspicious person. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my testimony.
Good.
Just to confirm, did you have a partner when you were on your investigation?
No, I moved alone.
In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi, is that correct?
Are you calling it suspicious because she was in a room by herself?
That's literally what you did to Kay. That's literally what you did to Kay. And it wasn't when Agent Shih-na tried to arrest Kay under the same rationale. And how about when you accused Larry because he was the weapons owner?
Not that it's unexpected for that useless lump to get into such a situation. Although, I suppose it's never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected.
I'll make no excuse for what I did in that situation.
Then you should apologize right now for making Chaos be the killer, pal!
I'm sorry. Shih-na, apologize.
I'm sorry.
It's really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I never doubted you, not for 1 second.
And the same goes to me. Oh, bullshit! Bullshit!
Let's put that to the test and see if she is really worthy of your trust.
This promises to be interesting.
Yes. Yes, it does. Okay. Shih-na's movements. Well, it's physically impossible for you to have not seen the Yatagarasu because we already established that the Yatagarasu definitely went through this fireplace into the room over, and you were in that room. Being in that room next to Mr. Kochin's office is the problem with your testimony.
Ugh. Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what problem you're talking about at all.
Agent 9, do you recall the secret we discovered about the Albastron office fireplace?
Huh? Oh, you mean how it connects the office with the room next door? What about it?
Well, Albus isn't the only country with secret connecting fireplaces.
What?
The fireplace in Mr. Kochin's office holds the exact same secret.
What?
The Yatagarasu didn't escape through the door to the room or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall and into the next room over. Now do you see? If the Yatagarasu had escaped into the next room, then the thief would have run straight into Agent Shih-na. Meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yatagarasu.
What is the meaning of this, Miles?
Well, we're just going to explain, Agent Shih-na. How do you manage to completely miss the fleeing Yatagarasu? Or shall I? Your claim that you were in the next room was all a lie all along, wasn't it? The truth is, you were the one Kay saw in the coat. Pretending to be the Yatagarasu, and you were the one she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you ran into Mr. Kochin's office and hid over the fireplace. Then you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it there to emerge as Agent Shih-na. After that, you came back around to place Kay under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now forever hold your peace.
How dare you make Kayla like the bad guy when you're the suspicious one, pal?
You good there, buddy? You're laughing at a time like this? You're laughing at a time like this! Oh my god, it's her! It's actually her! I called that! I freaking called that! Oh my god, it's her! It's Callisto Yu! I definitely checked the eye color though, so, okay, a little bit of continuity error there, but It's her! It's freaking her! But the laugh. That accursed f***ing laugh, yup! It's her!
I remember that irritating laugh.
We getting chills down our spine.
It can't be, but it has to be!
Shih-na, what's wrong with you?
I'm sorry, it was so funny I couldn't help but laugh.
Funny you say?
Yes, that you would accuse me of being Yatagarasu. The prosecutors of this country really are also very strange.
Do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off?
You think I'm taking things too lightly?
I think not. It's that prosecutor who is.
Like everything you said earlier is nothing more than mere
Speculation, really?
Yatagarasu lived through the fireplace.
Yes. Yes, I do have proof to back up my claim. Yep, no, but I actually just do, though. I actually just do, though. The tone of voice you're taking with me now has certainly changed.
Hey, it's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. I think I'll let loose and then we can have a real battle of wits.
For a legend available to show me the true power of a mind, it is a great honor.
Don't underestimate me. I'm not some foolish broad, you know.
I know, and that is why I won't hold anything back either as I answer your question.
My question?
Here is your proof that the revolving fireplace in the Bible was recently, it was used. It was definitely used, because we have testimony proof saying that the ambassador was burned some documents there, and the proof is that there should be ashes there because he didn't clean them up. But there weren't any. How did that happen? I have an explanation.
I'm sorry, but is this really your honest answer to my question?
Yes. According to the ambassador's testimony, he said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Cochin.
Oh?
Ah, you're caught. The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they should have been there. However, when we went to investigate the room, the ashes were not there.
Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up.
Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Paliano said he forgot to. And so the question remains, why were the ashes there? Or why were the ashes missing? The answer is simple. When the Yatagarasu went through the fireplace wall, the ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. The movement of the ashes that were in Mr. Cochin's office is my proof. Can I move on, please? And just what is so funny?
Ashes proof? Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence in court?
You still wish to fight us?
Of course, why wouldn't I?
In that case, let's hear your counter-argument.
My counter-argument? This really is just like being in court.
But to me, we'll simply continue from where we left off all of those years ago.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It doesn't matter if we're at a crime scene or in court. Let's finish this here and now.
I suppose, but I've had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all.
I would imagine it would be wrapping it up, but apparently we're still in middle 3. Apparently we're still in middle part 3, not even an end stage.
In my eyes, all you prove is that the rotating fireplace wall was used, but you can't really call that proof that Yatagarasu used the fireplace now, can you? So then who was to use the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation, and we found not a suspicious thing in Mr. Coach's office.
Well, okay, you didn't find a single suspicious thing. Well, you want to know what we found? We found the fact that, well, we found this. We found that there's a wire in the grandfather's clock, but what I was thinking more of these. We found the counterfeit bills that were burned. How do you miss this? We didn't miss them, and we barely even scratched the surface of that place. I guarantee we had way less time than you did to thoroughly investigate. So, BS, you didn't find a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. BS. Oh, that's very impressive. No, it's not. It's just seen through to the fact that I get to get. What?
What is it, Kay? I haven't heard a peep out of you in quite a while now.
If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest of it to us. Bye!
Okay, pull yourself together. You are the true heir to the Yatagarasu name, are you not? If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off of it. The chase you're running to catch the truth. You must see it through to the very end.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're right. I will see it through to the end. So, you go get her for me, Mr. Edgeworth.
With pleasure.
Looks like a lack of evidence left you wide open, doesn't it?
Shih-na, please, show me you're someone I can trust.
Don't worry, this will be the deciding match. You'll see.
I'm truly sorry, Agent Lang, but I simply can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent Shih-na. Shall we begin?
I'm ready whenever you are.
Alright then. So, you say that you didn't find anything suspicious in that office, huh? I call BS. little bit of lag there. It was odd. You didn't find anything suspicious at all. I highly doubt that.
But I didn't. You can even ask the other man.
I don't need to, for I found what you should have found out a while ago.
Excuse me?
In Miss Goshen's office, there were signs that someone had burned counterfeit bills there.
What in the... That evidence is something you found out through the girl's machine, right? So what if it was? That's what I thought. But unfortunately, your recreation motion.
Oh, f*** off. Yo, it was done with this was done with the new fancy schmancy techno mumbo jumbo, huh? Well, back in my day, we didn't have these fancy new doohickeys. Oh, shut the hell up.
Let me ask you, found that we haven't to find any counterfeit bills?
No.
You see, there's something in the office that you got.
We found the wire in the grandfather. Okay, fine. If you don't want to believe in the little thief, then we found the wire in the grandfather clock. You're not backing away from that one, buddy. Speaking of things that you Interpol agents have missed, I did find one more.
Your palm tattoos unnecessary requires the evidence.
Very well. I'll show her the hidden piece of evidence that her and her fellow Interpol agents missed.
Take that!
I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire.
What exactly is this supposed to mean?
Length of wire. So what about it?
I'll tell you what. We found this in the Babalis embassy not long ago.
What?
And we found that it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Kojin's office.
You found that at the scene of Mr. Kojin's murder?
So I think you'll agree now that I cannot trust you when you say that Interpol has thoroughly checked every room, and this throws doubt on the purity of your investigation into the Yatagarasu.
You suspect me, I see. Of course I do. Alright, then I ask that you point out what part of my investigation is incomplete.
Well, for one, you didn't check the room that you were in. Okay, so you were in that room investigating, but you were also the only one in that room investigating. So, for all we know, you could have hidden something from us in there. The other Interpol agents walked into the command of Agent Shih-na, and it is not possible that the reason the person K was chasing chose the third floor was because that person knew there would be no other agents on that floor. Furthermore, we'd come to see that Agent Shih-na was only pretending to be investigating the Yatagarasu to the point of arresting K. In that case, there is one location that no one has yet to inspect. Whose investigation was incomplete because they failed to investigate this room right here. The location, Agent Shih-na, is of course the room that you claim to have examined. I believe that this room next to Mr. Kitchen's office warrants a thorough inspection.
Even if you do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use suitably there.
I'll be the one to decide that. Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir. I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check out the room next to the office.
I'm guessing he's gonna find the coat that she had to take off because it was covered in all the ashes from the fireplace.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! Do you really think that Miss Shih-na's the Yatagarasu?
Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is.
Then I'm not gonna let her get away with ruining the name of the Yatagarasu! But can you prove she's the Yatagarasu is the question.
If Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he will find, then I should be able to.
And just what are you hoping he'll find?
Let's just say this. I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier.
An experiment? As if the detective has the brains for high science.
It wasn't mentally taxing. I had him use the same escape route as the Yatagarasu.
And what did you find out?
First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that they're going through there. His coat was covered in ash and Babalis ink.
Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway.
But it is really worth so little. I believe that is actually quite a meaningful result, the value of which I would like to prove.
Mr. Edgeworth, I found some things you really need to see, sir.
Oh? So what are these things that you found?
Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes, sir.
You found a coat? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe it's the one the person I was chasing was wearing.
Yes, the possibility does exist. Agent Shih-na, were these pieces of evidence not in that room when you examined it?
Yeah, belonged to me, so they were getting in the way, so I stored them in that room. Thank you for bringing them to me. It saves me a trip, and I have them back now.
These items that the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that we be allowed to examine them.
They're my personal belongings, so you have no right to touch my information.
I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation, but if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent, let's hear your opinion on this.
I said, let them look at yourself, Shih-na.
Lang.
Shih-na, let's put it all out in the open. If you're really innocent, you have nothing to worry about, right?
I guess so. Alright, go ahead and examine whatever you'd like.
After all, I have nothing to hide. Yes, you do. Good. Now let us begin. So which of Agent... I am going to examine the coat, and we're going to check for either the ashes or the ink, whatever one works. Let's examine the coat. I mean, we'll see both of them, I imagine.
Yes, sir.
It appears you managed to stain your coat rather badly. Agent Shih-na. The Yatagarasu with the case saw was wearing a coat, and I'm beginning to wonder if that stain wasn't created when you went to the fireplace.
No, you haven't wrong. That suit probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire.
And what about the dark substance around the hem of your coat?
Oh, I didn't realize the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it's just the water mixed with soup from when I was helping with the fire.
I don't think so. You think you can get away with such a transparent lie?
Yeah, don't lie to us, pal. This is the same pattern of dirt that got on my coat when I went to the fireplace.
Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know. So unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace,
Which I can't.
well, how?
You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe.
Huh? Me, sir?
This coat. This is exactly the piece of evidence that I was searching for. I had been hoping to find the coat that the person the case saw was wearing, and thanks to you we proved that going through the fireplace was solely a coat.
I don't quite get what you're saying, but I'm happy to the brace, sir.
All that remains is for us to show what the dark substance on that coat hem is.
Oh, and you think you can do that?
Of course I can. This is the dark substance that sullied the hem of the coat. It would be the ink.
Ablaze ink.
Yes, this is what we proved that the coat went into the fireplace. According to Ambassador Palliano, he burned some files in the fireplace this morning.
You told us about that already. I didn't really see the point of mentioning it again.
My point is that he spilled some ink onto the back wall of the fireplace at the time. If the dark substance on this coat turned out to be Bubbly's ink, it would prove that you and this coat went through the revolving fireplace wall. Sorry to have clipped one of your wings, Yatagarasu, but we're not finished yet.
But you have no way of proving whether or not this is the Bubbly's ink on the coat hem.
Oh, but I do, and I intend to show that it is ink in a few seconds.
How?
How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. This is how I'll prove the dark substance on the coat is Bubbly's ink. Burn it. Oh yeah, we can just burn it! Because if we burn it and it shows up as green, then we'll be fine. We can find out whether that's Bubbly's ink or not by lighting it on fire. If it shows up green, then we know it's the ink.
So you're gonna prove it's Bubbly's ink?
Yes, if you could please cut a section of the dark stain out for me, I'd appreciate it. Because I will show you here and now what the dark substance is.
Shih-na, I'm sorry this, but I'm gonna have to cut a bit off your coat.
Go ahead, I wasn't planning to wear it anyway.
No, then if someone could lure me a lighter or something.
Oh, I got some matches I always carry with me just like light smoke bombs.
Then if I could... Oh.
It's the same color as the flames with crystal oil produces, which means...
Bubbly's ink is a product of wet crystal oil, and when lit, the ink produces a green flame. Yep. I believe the time has come to clip the Yatagarasu's other wing.
Shih-na, you're the fake Yatagarasu! The one who killed my father!
It's about time you came clean, Shih-na, or should I say, Callisto, you?
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, you're not serious, are you?
Do I look like the joking type to you?
Aha. Callisto, you've never heard that name before in my life.
That manner of speaking and that attitude, you haven't changed a bit in 7 years.
You're the defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday, and then tried to frame me for it!
Oh, really? And you have proof?
Yeah, wait.
You insist that I need to...
Just, oh, yes, I do have proof. All we have to do is just take the fingerprints off this stupid thing, and then compare it to your fingerprints today. And if they match, then you are the same person. It's very simple. Yeah, no, but we do have proof. The raven is a very unique bird, one that flies with the darkness of night. However, the light of dawn has arrived, and it will reveal your true ugly form to the world.
I want to see some evidence.
Do you really have something that can prove she's Callisto?
Yes, I do. I do. It's something that the second Yatagarasu has preserved for us these last 7 years.
Do me the honor, Mr. Edgeworth.
I will, okay, for we have finally come to the end. We'll prove her to be Callisto you with this and clip this Yatagarasu's wings for good. This perfume. This will prove you to be Callisto you.
It will?
Kay's preserved it perfectly for us. Surely you remember this bottle? This belonged to Miss Yu just before she disappeared 7 years ago. Naturally, this means that a few of her fingerprints are on her as well.
This is that bottle of perfume you spilled, which I've preserved ever since. I heard from my father, Burned Faraday, that if you store it under the right conditions, a fingerprint can be preserved for decades. Which means that your fingerprints are still on here, every last one.
We can clear everything up if we were to compare the prints on this to your own. Now come, Agent Shih-na, will you submit yourself to a fingerprint test? She knows she's caught. She knows she's caught. We got her. Oh, she's a demon now. Oh, she's actually a demon now. Okay, interesting. And she looks dead inside. Look at those eyes. It looks like you've seen right through me yet again. Valiant effort, though, I must admit. You're sending the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth. Callisto, you.
So you've shown your true face at last.
This feeling of thrill, it's even greater than that time 7 years ago.
Shih-na, you're...
Lang, I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man.
So you were a spy all along? I'm also by the smuggling I've been chasing after. Someone who's been feeding them inner telling me to pull all this time.
Ah, very good. Maybe you're not as big of an idiot as I thought.
Cause of you, the woman who killed my father 7 years ago! You're her, aren't you? The fake Yatagarasu!
That's right, because of you. It's just one of my many names. But even that is just a facade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the great thief, Yatagarasu! Mr. Yu, this time you won't escape, for this is the end of the road for you. Now come along quietly. You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me. K. Faraday. And had you not used the Yatagarasu's gadgets, I might have never known who you were. But here you are, being a thorn at my side, just like your father always was. K, don't!
You! I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father! Phew! You really are just like him!
Mr. Faraday, to possess such laughable honesty!
Oh! K! You look like it right now, pal!
You despicable! Like Alba, you filthy!
If you think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm the real Yatagarasu!
But that's impossible! My father was the one who created Little Thief!
Edgeworth! The Yatagarasu has 3 legs! You know why that is? Why it has 3 legs?
There are 3 main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system.
Which, by the way, yeah, this is an insane combination of skills to have for one person to have all these skills is ridiculous. No, it can't be. Wait, wasn't there? Oh! It's a team! It's the team! It's a team of people! It's not just her, and it's it's both of them. It's both of them, and it's Tyrell Bad. Guarantee you, that's what it is. Because always know the location, the exact location, because she's a lawyer, right? So she knows the inner workings of the company. She's a lawyer, so she would know that stuff. They knew how to disarm the security system because Mr. Faraday was a prosecutor. So, you know, it would make sense that he would know some criminal tricks because he's prosecuted in hundreds of cases. And then I thought there was one more thing. I don't think he mentioned it, but the last trait of the Yatagarasu said that the Yatagarasu never leaves any evidence behind. And the only person who can do that, or that we know of, who's really good at that, because he's a detective, is Tyrell Bad. I think that's it. I think that's the missing link here. The real identity of the true Yatagarasu is neither person. The real identity of the Yatagarasu is neither Burn Faraday or Lucas to you. But by the same token, they're also both the real Yatagarasu.
Ha, how very perceptive of you.
No way!
The single person known as the Great Yatagarasu never existed.
Mr. Edgeworth! No, I refuse to believe this!
The Yatagarasu is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1, the Yatagarasu always does the execution of the target object. And the lawyer will have the opportunity to learn the layout of client corporations. Skill number 2, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. And a good prosecutor would be well versed in the ways of a criminal. I guarantee you it's Tyrell Bad.
And skill number 3, the Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind. Ever.
Yup, we called it! We freaking called it! Detective Bod!
It was only natural for the Yatagarasu to never leave evidence behind, because the lead detective on the case hid it all away.
You're the 3rd member of the Yatagarasu?
I've been looking for you for a long time. 7 long years, but I finally got you.
Why, Mr. Bad, long time no see! What happened to us? We used to be such a great team!
If you were such a great team, why did you kill my father 7 years ago?
Ah, why indeed! It was nothing personal, really. It was just another person I had to kill.
How can you say that?
I grew weary of this, and it's about time for everything to come to an end. And this time, I won't miss. Stop!
You It's over, Shih-na.
Your leg!
Injured line!
You idiot. What were you thinking jumping in front of my gun like that? What are you risking your life for? I'm sorry, Detective Bad, but no matter what sort of past she may have had, even if she is a spy, doesn't change the fact that she is my subordinate. And as long as she is, I can love any harm to kill.
Oh my god! Lang, you're awful! You're terrible! You're the worst! You are the worst person in the world! I hate you so much! Buddy!
Yes, yes you are.
That's fine with me. You should know by now that's just how I am.
Yeah, oh trust me, I figured out in the third case that you're a grade A moron.
Hey, sis.
Yes.
I want you to conduct a full body search. Shih-na might have another weapon on her.
Alright. Detective Gumshoe, your assistance, please.
Sir! Hey! Found something! What's this, sir? Looks like the blade of a knife.
Doesn't have a handle. Well, I think we may have something that, coincides with that, wouldn't you agree? This is a great find, Detective.
Huh? It is, sir?
Let's try pairing up this blade with the handle. I believe this blade actually belongs with the handle that was on the murder weapon.
Hey, they fit together perfectly!
This blade was taken from the crime scene when that knife handles were switched.
I'm gonna go return this police knife now!
Alright, I'll just let you make sure that it is returned to Ambassador Paliano. That was knife handle given to Detective Gumshoe. I believe that makes it perfectly clear who did it. Callisto, you! For the only time the handles could have been switched is just after Mr. Cochin's murder. Ah, which means that you must be Mr. Cochin's killer. You killed Mr. Cochin with the alabaster knife. Switched the handles, and then took the original blade of the Babylon's knife with you. Later, you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kay near the open-air stage. You used the fireplace to lose her, and then you went back to accuse her of the murder. Does that about sum it up?
You craft an engaging tale, Edgeworth, but there are two problems with it.
Problems in what respect?
Why do you think my real reason was in allowing her to chase after me? It was all so I could capture Kay Faraday! What? When I saw you using that device to get out of land, I knew right away that you were Byrne Faraday's daughter! Ah! I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. That's how I found out that you were on the trail of the Yatagarasu! Sounds like you're trying to pin Mr. Cochin's murder on me? Yes, I knew you would show up at this embassy tonight. So I thought to use you. Avenging the murder on you wasn't my only goal. You had another? Yes. Once I had you under arrest, I had planned to search you and take back the device that rightfully belongs to me, the true Yatagarasu. You were gonna take Little Thief away from me? 7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should have. I had a tough time of recovering that precious key.
Then the person who stole the Yatagarasu's key was Mr. Faraday?
You. That incident 7 years ago. What was the catalyst behind it?
In the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Yatagarasu was becoming a bit of a problem. It wasn't an especially pleasant assignment.
Then why? Why did you become a member of the Yatagarasu?
Why? There is no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning.
From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean?
The person I take orders from hasn't changed, even now to this day.
Does this mean that the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Cochin? Then the real ringleader was still out there pulling the strings. There's still more to this?
Are you done asking what you need to know? Because if so, we should probably get going. And you're gonna tell me everything you did tonight. Do you understand, Shih-na?
I guess I should tell you then that I was the one who set the Bible Embassy fire.
Oh, really? I never would have guessed it. And why did you do that?
I suppose it was to destroy all evidence of the counterfeit bills.
That was what the smuggling ring was trying to do. But then, why start two fires?
Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the ring. It's your job to complete your investigation after all. I've had my fun. Now it's your turn to enjoy the ride. Wait! I mean, the Shih-na. Yes? I fell to the floor earlier. These fell on my feet. What about them? They're such pretty hair sticks that I thought I should return them to you.
Kay, she's a murderer! What are you doing?
No, I want to keep them. Ask yourself. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot Edgeworth. About the second problem I have with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight.
Yeah, you...
What?
I'm not saying that as a sore loser. Think of it as a hint, if you will.
Bullshittery. That doesn't... Look, okay, even if that's true, that my statement is unchanged, she's still a murderer. She's still a murderer. That did not change, because turnover of innocence still happened. You're still a murderer. That's unchanged. You still need to be taken away. No sympathy whatsoever. Yes, John 9?
Mark my words, I'm not done here and I'm back.
Oh, and I can't wait for you to come back. I can't wait for that to happen.
It's got nothing to do with duty or anything, because this has become my personal case. I may have been shot because of you, because you're an idiot, but I'll show you just how dangerous a wooden wolf can be.
You jumped in front of the bullet! Idiot! I think his ego is getting in the way of that, because he jumped in front of the stupid... I really hate this guy. It's finally over, Kay. Apparently it's not.
And it's so cold and dark and incredibly lonely. The person who was giving all these commands. The one who thought my father was a problem to be removed.
The person is the real ring behind the smuggling ring.
Mr. Edgeworth, I have a favor to ask. Can you hold on these hair sticks for me?
I swear, if the hair sticks are a piece of evidence... Oh my god. I understand. There's been a saw stuck on the end of these sticks. This is gonna be relevant.
Oh, I guess it's that time already, huh?
So it's midnight, the dawn of another day.
Hey, Pops, thanks a bunch. You've done a lot for everyone all these years.
Take the bad. Don't tell me today is the day.
Yeah, it is. With this, I can retire in peace. It was down to the wire and we almost didn't make it. But we did it. We solved everything.
But that's just it. We haven't solved everything yet. The ringleader of the smuggling ring, you, the Yatagarasu, were chasing after.
The legend of the Yatagarasu is now over. Mr. Edgeworth, that bit of logic earlier, it was brilliant. I feel like I can leave it all in your hands. I'm counting on you.
Is it really true, Uncle Bad? Were you also part of the Yatagarasu?
As I said to you earlier, Kay, I'm truly sorry. I wanted nothing but a peaceful life for you.
Uncle Bad!
Hey, don't take it so seriously. It's all just one big joke. Shoe.
Unfortunately, it isn't.
Oh, come on, sir. She's shaking on my shade, isn't she, Mr. Edgeworth?
Take the bad. Wait, you were no longer detective. Mr. Bad, I'd like to ask you about the Yatagarasu.
Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, here, I should give these back to you.
These are the pages from my KG case files that the Yatagarasu stole from my office.
Huh? Wait, what? Mr. Edgeworth, I must apologize for last night.
So the Yatagarasu who stole into my room was you, was it?
Wait, then that means... What? Tell me it's not true! That's too much for me to believe, sir! It's true, even if it's not something you want to hear. The KG8 incident, it was a very emotionally trying case. We stood in that courtroom, Faraday's the prosecutor, and I's the lead detective. Faraday had evidence in his possession that would prove the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found innocent. You was the elder sister of the victim in that case. When the defendant was pronounced not guilty, she let out a great wail. That's when we realized that there was a limit to what the law could do. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time. That's how we formed the Yatagarasu, and vowed to bring to light any dirty dealings companies had with the ring, including companies that dealt with the Amano group.
Mr. Armando's conglomerate?
We called ourselves the Yatagarasu and flexed our collective muscle. We exposed to all sorts of shady dealings as a warning to the business world as a whole. By doing that, we were able to stop the higher-ups from covering things up, and then it was finally over. We had finally arrived at the moment when we'd find out the ringleader's true identity. It was then that you literally stabbed us in the heart, and Faraday, he died for it.
But why? Wasn't she the sister of the victim of the KG8 incident?
After Faraday's death, I looked into her past, and that's when I found out that she was a phony. The victim of the KG8 incident, CCU. She never had a sister.
What? That means...
Shih-na wasn't the only fake name she used. Callisto was another pseudonym. From the very beginning, the woman was a spy sent by the smuggling ring.
She said it herself. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning.
Anyway, let's return to the real topic at hand. As Mr. Edgeworth, this trump card that we stuck onto this page of the case file, please use it wisely.
Trump card?
That photo that we stuck on there, try peeling it off. Behind it, slumbers a piece of evidence that Faraday hid away all those years ago.
It's the mark of the Yatagarasu, but why?
This is a directives card from the big boss. Take a look at the back. This is something Kojin had on him at the time of the KJ incident 10 years ago. That blood is from the victim of the incident with CCU.
But why is the card adorned with the mark of the Yatagarasu?
The reason why we called ourselves the Yatagarasu was because of the three-legged raven mark that the smuggling ring's boss used. Apparently, orders from the boss would come on these cards without fail. That person who received the order was supposed to burn it immediately after reading.
So you mean the cards were written in Babaly's ink?
The fact that the card that Kojin was sent made it into Faraday's hands at all is nothing short. We decided that whenever we stole anything, we'd send a card along with it to the police.
So that's what those white cards are!
The great thief that used the mark, that only those within the ring would know, it was our message to the ringleader, that we were only a few steps behind.
Oh boy.
And one more thing, Detective Gumshoe. I'm entrusting this to you.
What is this, sir?
This is what I was talking about earlier. During the KG incident, trial, Faraday had this in his possession. This important, definitive piece of evidence.
But I thought it was stolen. How did you have it?
The person who stole it from us 10 years ago was a man with the name of Ernest Amano. And he had locked away and hidden away for all this time. But we forced him to tell us where it was, finally, after the other day's kidnapping case.
Video saved you to jot down an organizer. This video.
Don't get any closer, I'm warning you.
This is the same video as the one Mr. Paulson was trying to conceal from me.
Yeah, it would seem that even he was caught up in the ring's web. Amano was preparing to take on the boss someday, and the video was his insurance. That's where the prosecutor comes in. He was to retrieve the video. On top of that, he was apparently instructed to sneak into your office and steal the trump card. You saw it for yourself, right? The card that told him to preserve the evidence?
And that card was not the calling card of the Yatagarasu, but rather a director's card from the ringleader of Mr. Portsman.
Two pieces together make for a strong weapon for whoever holds it.
And the one that you stole from my office last night. Both pieces are illegal, and for me to use either one is...
Whether you use them or not, is up to you. But they will be of help to you when you take on someone who is above the law.
Is the boss one of those who cannot be brought to court that Mr. Faraday speak of? Detective Bard, there is no limit to the law, for it is the people who determine the limits to them.
You still insist that, even now? You really are something else. I leave the rest in your hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, the handcuffs. It's time to lock up the last remaining member of the Yatagarasu. Pops! Don't ever lose your detective spirit.
Pops, why is this happening? This isn't justice!
Like I always told you, do not get emotionally involved. Now let's go.
Yes, sir! Aww, is this really the end of a legend? Wow, so many things! Part 1? Are you kidding me? But how much more to this case is there? Okay, wow, okay, so that episode was great. So many things came to an end, but it really feels like everything should have come to an end. I hope they don't drag it out too much longer. Not that I want to stop playing, because obviously this game's great so far, but story-wise, it feels like it should have wrapped up now. I don't know that they can keep this going for much longer without it becoming unnecessarily stretched for time, but I guess we'll see. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time to catch you all tomorrow for some more Eastern Investigations. Miles Edgeworth. Goodbye.